Hi everyone, I'm Tom, and it's Sunday, which is my favorite day of the week. I love Sundays because it's early mornings before everybody else is awake. I'm here in the office having a review of the week that's just gone and looking at what we do in the week ahead. So this week has been an absolutely fantastic week. Really, really productive, really good. Felt great the whole way through. Spent lots of time with the family, got lots of work done. Everything went well. Which is great because last week, if you go and have a look at my video from last week, including the video on failure, everything was going badly. So I set myself these long-term goals, which we'll go through shortly. And you get kind of highs and lows where you get good weeks and bad weeks where you work towards those goals. But sometimes there's this temptation, if you have a bad week, for example, the week I had last week, where everything goes badly, you don't get any of your goals done, it's all just feeling too much and you're struggling. There can be this temptation to throw all those goals out the window and say, look, there's just too hard, there's no point doing it, I'll just, have like bad habits and not bother with pursuing these goals. But if you say it's okay, let yourself have a break, chill for a bit, and then get back on track and get locked in, and you can watch my video about getting locked in from last Sunday. That's really what I did this week. So it is possible to stray from your goals and then get back on track. So let's review the goals and what happened this week. So every Sunday, because it's very easy to get sidetracked and look at start chasing shiny new goals or new pursuits, it's always good at least once a week to review exactly what your goals are. And I need to make a video about making goals. If that would be helpful, leave me a comment in the description below, because I think you can make goals slightly differently to the traditional way of making goals in a more helpful way. But let's have a look at my goals. So to start with, we've got the goals. We're looking first at Zero to Finals, which is the medical education company that I have, the content production kind of side of things for medical education. At the minute, I'm working on pediatrics, and I'm working on the second edition of the pediatrics book, the podcast, and the questions, and aiming for 3 topics per week of pediatrics. And then I'm trying to build the YouTube channel further. So I'm doing 1 YouTube video a week, which I publish on a Wednesday. Then for this Tom Watchman channel, this YouTube channel, I'm trying to make at least 3 videos per week. I was aiming for daily, and then I dropped that when I was having a difficult week. But I have sustained daily, which is great. And then finally, my health and fitness goals. The first one is to lose weight and get down 10 kilograms from 96 to 86 kilos, mainly through diet. And do climbing twice a week, get better at climbing. And then for strength, mobility, and fitness, I have this 5 a.m. mobility routine where I particularly work on my shoulders, hips, loosen everything up. Then I do strength training 3 days a week and cardio twice a week. So let's look at how we did this week. So reviewing, if you see last week, a lot of stuff was in red. I did no podcasts, no videos. I did manage to keep going with these Tom Watchman videos. My weight loss, I actually gained almost 1 kilo in weight. I did do 2 climbing sessions, no strength training, and no cardio sessions. So for this week, which runs Sunday till Saturday, or the week that we've just had, I managed to record 4 podcasts. So I got 4 pediatrics topics done, updated, the questions, and the podcast done for that. So that was a big win. I did record 1 Zero to Finals video. And in fact, it's a video on atrial fibrillation, which was an absolute monster video, almost 20 minutes long, which is a long, long video for the type of videos that they are. And so look for that coming on Wednesday. That's a really good video. I'm really proud of that one. Tom Watchman videos, I managed 7, which is an awesome achievement. to keep going every day with these Tom Watchman videos. And actually, as a consequence of keeping going, this week the channel has absolutely exploded. Suddenly the views have gone through the roof, subscriber count has gone through the roof, gone from like less than 5,000 subscribers to almost over 11,000 subscribers now. And I think it's the consistency that really has done that. Weight loss wise, last week I was 94.1 and I dropped down this morning to 91.2. And weight loss wise, you may even be able to see it in my face. Often I get to a certain threshold and I lose weight in my face, particularly, and that's where it's most noticeable. And as I gain weight, I tend to get kind of chubby cheeks. And if you look back on some of the old videos from this channel, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, that's a huge weight loss. So that's, what's that, 2.9 kilos of weight loss in 1 week. Most of that will be water weight. And actually, I was kind of tracking down already. But last week I put on a lot of water weight. So that's kind of why it's been up and down a bit, but we're on track. So I started at 96 and 4 weeks later I'm at 91.2. So that's actually a very rapid weight loss, but a lot of it was water, and so I think we're kind of on track, and hopefully with consistency we can see where we go from here. Climbing sessions, I did manage 2. One of them was in my garage, so it was kind of like 1.5, but I'll give it to myself so that everything's in green. Strength training sessions, I did 3, and cardio sessions, I did 2. For cardio, I did like a CrossFit workout on Tuesday, which was great. I did CrossFit many years ago. I got really into CrossFit and got in really good shape. And CrossFit is great, but the problem I found with CrossFit is that it's quite exhausting. So I found that if you do an intense CrossFit workout, the next day and the day after, you kind of feel a little bit sluggish. You can still do stuff, but I always found my brain was a little bit hazy and I wasn't as productive and motivated and energetic. So I'm thinking of doing some CrossFit, but just doing it light and just for the cardio sessions. So this is my week. As you can see, all in green, absolutely locked in this week. And it's felt like a really good week. I want to carry this forward, just keep this momentum going, keep going with all of these goals. And hopefully next week we have a similar fully green week and things are looking great. So that's my goal for the week ahead. Starting to feel much better. My body is lighter, my mobility is good. You may have seen from the video yesterday, for the first time in a while, I did some backflips off some sand dunes and felt good doing that, felt very strong, powerful. So everything's kind of coming together. And we're really hitting our stride. So at this point, like I talked about last Sunday, I'm starting to really feel locked in. And when you're locked in, it's a great feeling. Suddenly your momentum starts carrying you. Rather than having to rely on discipline and just kind of grinding through it, you get this momentum that just pushes you, and you know, it's like catching a wave on a surfboard. You just keep going and ride it and enjoy it as long as it'll go on. So, guys, I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a great week ahead. I'll be here every day with videos, and go get those goals. Get locked in. All right, I'll see you in the next video, which is tomorrow.